Hi everyone, thank you so much for attending this call today. So let's start by introducing ourselves and discussing what is exactly Booking Home Partners and why are we conducting this webinar. To introduce myself, I am Pragati Singh. I work at Booking.com as account executive and I look after alternative accommodation.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Accompanying Pragati, my name is Akshay Shukla. I'm an account manager at Booking.com. I manage a few states, few cities on the western region of India. So I'm glad to have you with us today.
Yes. So now let's discuss what is exactly Booking Home Partners and why are we conducting this webinar. So anything which is not a hotel, resort, or a hostel that comes under Booking Home. So if you are a villa owner or if you have a homestay, apartment, camp, etc., then you will be called as a Booking Home Partner. Now let's come to today's agenda for the call. So as you know, Booking.com is a global platform and we want to give that much support to the alternative accommodation, and that is the reason why we have certain features which is available only for the home properties. So we will be discussing about some of those features in detail, how you can enable that and how you can make your listing the best with the use of it. And we will also be discussing some of the very important points like understanding your commission and invoices, what are the reporting procedures, and what are different promotions that we have at Booking.com, which you can use for your properties. And if time permits, we will also have a small Q&A and we'll try our best to answer your questions. Yes, so let's begin. So one of the very important feature at Booking.com that we have is iCal sync. So I'm pretty sure many of you must be having your listing across various OTAs. So it will be available on, let's say, Airbnb, MMT, and sometimes you must be facing the problem of overbooking or double booking. So in that case, your iCal sync is a very important feature that you can use. So to activate that, you just have to log into your extranet and then you have to go to rates and availability. Under that, you will find an option called sync calendars. Once you click on sync calendars, you will get this window. So here you will see all different room types that you have. So you just have to click on add calendar connection. Once you click on add calendar connection, this window will open. So basically your calendar sync will be done in two steps. First, you have to import your calendar and then you have to export your booking.com's calendar. So to import calendar, you just have to copy the link from other OTA and you have to paste it over here. And then you can give your calendar any custom name. So for example, if you're trying to link your calendar with MMT, then you can give your calendar the name of MMT. So once you have done the import calendar, you have to click on next step. Then the next step is about exporting your calendar. So here you will get an auto-generated link of your booking.com iCal, and you have to copy this link and you have to paste it on your other OTA. Once you do that, you have to click on done and then your calendars will be synced. Okay, so once you have synced your calendar, you can see the status over here. So as you can see, there are two examples. One is of MMT, another one is of homeaway.com. So as you can see for the MMT, the status is showing as import needed, which means, they have not imported MMT's calendar. And for HomeAway, you can see the status is showing as okay, which means that the calendars are actually linked. And yes, so now another very important feature is long stays toolkit. So I'm pretty sure some of you, must be having apartments or maybe homestay, and you do welcome guests who look for staying for a long period, maybe a month or longer than that. So to cater that, we have launched our long stays toolkit. Now let's see how you can enable it. So for your long stay toolkit, you just have to log into your extranet, and then you have to go to the opportunities, and under opportunities, you will find the option of long stays toolkit. Once you click on long stays toolkit, this window will open up, and then here you will have 3 steps which you have to complete in order to make your long stay toolkit activated. So there are 3 options, like I mentioned. So first you have to select the option yes for allowing your guests to book your property for 30 plus nights. And then you get an option of different room nights that you want to allow. So you can allow a maximum of 45, 60, 75, or 90 room nights. So that is up to you, how much you want to allow. And after that, you have to set up a monthly rate plan. So it's very important that you have your monthly rate plan also in place. And then the third very important thing is your calendar. So make sure that your calendar is open for a longer period of time, because then only the guest will be able to book your property, or else your long stay toolkit will not make any sense. So this is about the long stay toolkit. And another very important feature is quality rating for homes. So you must be aware that, a lot of hotels, they have this star rating, but currently in India, we don't have any such rating system available for alternative accommodation. And that is the reason why Booking.com has launched this quality rating, which is specifically available only for the home properties. Now, let's see what is exactly, quality rating and how it looks like. So you can find the quality rating on your extranet under the property section. So under the property tab, you get this option of quality rating or property page score. So here, as you can see, the yellow tiles with white dots in it. So that is basically your quality rating. So, as you can see here, the property has been assigned a quality rating of 3 stars. So, this quality basically gets assigned on the basis of your rooms, your amenities, your location of the property. So, there are multiple factors that the system takes into consideration in order to allow you for a quality rating. Okay, and this is also reviewed from time to time. So don't worry, once make any changes in your property, or you add any new amenities or something, your quality rating also gets updated. Now, another very important feature which is available for home partners is host or company profile. So you can set this up by going to your extranet, and there you will find this option under the property tab. So you just have to click on your profile, and once you click, a window will open up. So here you can see you get an option of host profile or company profile. So for example, if you are an individual entrepreneur and you run your own homestay or your own villa, then you can go to host profile, or else if you have a proper company like XYZ Limited, then you can click on company profile. After that, you have to write your host name or company name, and then you can attach a picture of yourself or your company's logo. So once you do that, there are other steps that you need to complete. So under detailed information, you can also add different languages that you speak. So, as you know, Booking.com gets a lot of international inbound. And if you have a staff that speaks different languages, then you can add this option. So you can add all different languages that you speak. It can be local language, it can be international language. After that, about the property. So as you know, a lot of home properties have a lot of history attached to it. So for example, it is a very old Haveli, or it is a very old villa or a homestay. Then you can write about your property over here. So you can write any of your USP, any of your special features. And this is a very good option for you to communicate with the guest and to showcase your property. Then you can write something about yourself in the host section. So you can write about your own self or about your company, for how long have you been doing this, how many guests you have hosted, what are your likes, and how you can help your guests. So those are some of the information that you can add over here. Then something about your neighborhood. So here you can write about what are the shopping options, what are the food options near the neighborhood, and how does it look like? Is it away from the city? Is it an offbeat location? So all those details you can add over here. And after that, there are some additional information that you can write about your property. So this is up to you if you want to fill it or not. And once you have filled all this information, you just have to click on save. And then all these details will start getting reflected on front end. Now, I would like to hand it over to Akshay, and Akshay will be taking you through some of the very, very important points like understanding commissions, invoices, what are different promotions. So make sure you give your full attention to Akshay.
Thank you, Pragati. So just before I begin, everyone, keep your questions coming in through whatever part it has been covered so far. We already have one question related to iCal calendar, which we will try to cover. So in case you have more questions, you can put it in the Q&A button there. So understanding the commission and the invoices which we generate. So some of the best practices that for credit control related queries is to basically go through understanding the commission, invoicing cycle, reporting procedure, and then the finance time monthly checklist. So when do we charge you commission and when we don't charge you commission, right? So when do we charge you commission? This is usually for confirmed stays. Your guest has checked out and paid. The hotel charges guests for non-refundable bookings, regardless of whether the guest stayed at your property or not. Hotel charge guests for partially refundable and non-refundable bookings. Hotel collects the payment for chargeable no-shows or cancellation fees. When do we not charge you commission? Is basically hotel chooses to waive the cancellation fee for a non-refundable booking. The unit marks the guest as a no-show, however, has chosen to waive the no-show fee. Hotel marked a guest credit card as invalid because of declined transaction, invalid credit card details, and the fees have been waived. That is, you're not collecting the payment. So some of the invoicing types are, the number one is the commission invoice. So departures from the previous month as per the status reported by the hotel or the unit or the home partner. This is issued every 3rd of each month. So for the month of September, we'll be issuing you an invoice by 3rd of October. There is also a tax payment overview or WHT, which we call withholding tax. This is the tax statement showing the GST and or withholding tax paid by Booking.com on behalf of the partner. This is issued the next day, which is on the 4th of every month. And sometimes there are additional invoices also because of incorrect reporting, which is stayed no-shows or bookings, and complaint invoice, customer service related invoices. So sometimes the unit must have marked accidentally a no-show or a cancellation, but the customer has actually stayed and they reported to us. So what are some of the reporting procedures? So when and what to report, right? So cancellation by guest or cancellation by partner due to the invalid credit card has to be done on or before the check-in date. Very important. The no-show can be marked only after the check-in date. And during the stay of the guest, you can do a booking modification, not before or after. So how do you basically report the three things which we went through right now? You have to go on the reservations button here, go on the checkout button, put in the month, let's say from 1st September to 30th September, and click on show. Incidentally, this is the same filters which our finance team uses to share with you the invoices for the previous month. You have to click on checkout. There are multiple options here. Select beginning of the month, end of the month, and do show, and the entire reservation statement will be displayed. You have to click on the concerned reservation number, which is the last column, as you can see here. And in case it's a cancellation, either by the guest or by the unit, this is the steps to be followed. If it's a cancellation done and wherein it is done within the policy period, so the unit will have to go on the reservation voucher, click on this button which says mark card as invalid, and then the system will give you this pop-up wherein you can put in your comment. The same is optional, it's not compulsory. So you can mention here that there is a waive cancellation fee request. So for that, you can click on offer a free cancellation and the amount will immediately turn to 0. So if you have not collected any revenue and if you have followed these steps correctly, then no commission will be charged to the hotel or the unit or the home partner. If you decline this, then there will be an amount here and the commission will be paid. So no shows. So no show is basically the customer has made a booking, but he or she never turned up, right? So what happens is, same way you have to go on the reservation tab on the extranet, click on the concerned reservation, and when you click on the no show button, you'll get two options, right? If you want to, do you want to waive the no show fees for this reservation? The option is yes and no. By default, the system will have this button no already ticked. What does no mean? That you are charging the customer a retention or a penalty for the no-show if you have the facility to do so. If you do that, then we maintain the price as is and the commission will be charged on the said booking. So this cannot be changed. However, if you have not been able to charge the customer any amount for their stay for the no-show, you have to click on yes and then click on yes mark as a no-show. The moment you do this, the amount totally becomes 0 and the commission becomes 0. I'll give everyone a few seconds just to absorb this. In case there is any doubt, we can go through it again during the Q&A. So how to download the statement or how to go about the statement? You have to click on the finance button here and there's an option which says reservation statement, as you can see here. And the entire statement will be displayed. Now, if you select here for the period, you can select, let's say, September or October or November as we move forward, and the entire statement will be displayed here. The system will show the total amount which is due in red, and it will also give you some of the options which you can use to pay. Now, even as we will move forward in the presentation, you can see there are multiple options where you can pay. And the system will also give you some of the payment instructions. Whatever invoices have been cleared in the past will show on this bar below, which says paid and in green. Whatever is due amount to Booking.com will show in red. So what are some of the payment method options which we have? So either you can do by a bank transfer. We have a Standard Chartered Bank India account, which you can pay in INR, either through NEFT or RTGS. IMPS is not allowed. So some of you must have noticed that the moment you do an IMPS amount, the amount gets bounced back to your accounts. So we would recommend you to make it by either NEFT or RTGS. We even have now few online options. You can pay either by a credit card or debit card, or you can even pay by UPI. So in case you don't have either of these two options already enabled for you, what you can do is send a message to the extranet to our finance team, and they will be able to activate both these options or share with you the instructions on how to follow them. We recommend paying by credit card simply because it's convenient. It's accessible directly via the extranet. The invoice is updated as paid in extranet within 1 to 2 days, which is almost immediate. And we receive the instant payment acknowledgement and receipt. So there is hardly any delay or lag time there. So this is our recommendation. However, you are more than open to keep the option of NEFT RTGS always available. So how to reach us, right? In case you want to contact us, more importantly, how do you contact us? So if you go on the inbox button here, there's an option which says Booking.com message. We have taken an option on, let's say, if you have a finance query. So you have to go on the Booking.com message here. And on the right hand side, you'll see this button which says see contact options. And let's say the question is related to invoices and commissions. So select this invoices and you have to dispute some invoice. Then you can see all contact options here. This button, the blue button here, and then click on message. So you can type in your message here. You can attach any proof of commission, invoices, disputes which you may have. And then that message will get delivered to our finance team, who as per our guidelines will revert to you within 24 to 48 hours working days. So if you send something today, let's say on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they may not be able to revert. So, but latest by Monday, end of day, they should be able to send you a revert. I'll spend a few seconds here so all of you can just go through the following steps. It's very simple. Once you get a hang of it, it's pretty simple. Just to let you know, we also have a free app called the Pulse app. It's available for Android and iPhone users through on the phone. It's free of cost. It's basically a mini version of the extranet on your phone. Can be used on the go. And all these options, as you can see, for inbox, Booking.com message, invoices and commission, etc., they are available on the Pulse app as well. You can even pay the invoices through the Pulse app. You can revert to the customer on the Pulse app. Even activate some of the promotions for the Pulse through the Pulse app. Moving forward, there are some of the important deadlines to keep in mind on how exactly we move forward. So on the first of every month, we recommend that you download the reservation statement. This is a draft statement which is available on the extranet as per the earlier steps which we saw. On 2nd of every month, we request you to complete the final modifications before the invoice is issued. So in case you have forgotten to mark any no-shows, cancellations at that point of time when the customer checked in, we still have some time by 2nd of every month to still mark the invoice modification. On the 3rd of the month, our finance team will be issuing the commission invoices either by informing you via email. However, on the extranet, it will be immediately available. Once the invoice is generated, then no more modification will be possible. On the 4th of every month, the tax document again will be intimated to you via email and also will be available on the extranet. Once the invoices are issued, you have approximately 14 days to complete the invoices. So by 16th of every month, invoices payment due date will arrive. Once you have made the payment, then ideally within 72 hours, the payment should show as status as paid on the extranet. In July, the Booking.com systems underwent a revamp. Suppose that there has been a little bit of delay, but as we move forward, we have been informed that the system will be regularized and the invoices will be starting getting cleared in 3 to 4 days time maximum once you have paid it. So important reminders: to process the payment as per invoice amount within 14 days from invoice issuance. Any discrepancy between payment and invoice amounts results to non-clearance of invoices. Multiple open invoice trigger a suspension. You have to send the payment reference via inbox if invoices are not cleared after 3 days from payment date, as per the steps which we went through the last slide. We recommend that you set up a finance access for the finance tab and inbox. Again, a very important task, which promotions to apply and when. So if you go on the promotions button here and then click on add a new promotion, then the system will give you some of these promotions as you can see here, right? So getaway deal, late escape, limited time deal, mobile rate, country rates. These are some of the options which the system will give you apart from our regular promotions, which are last minute, early booker, basic deal, etc. So what is a getaway deal and a late escape deal? That will come to. And so for mobile rates, if you see here, mobile rate is basically minimum 10% discount over your bar rates. It is basically available on both app and mobile web and only app. So you have an option to basically select either app and mobile web or only app. You have a 30-day blackout window here. So in case you have any sold out dates which you want to mark, let's say for some of the destinations, Christmas and New Year is a big deal. So over those dates, you don't want to offer any discount. So you have 30 days in a calendar year, which you can mark as a blackout. Once you have activated the mobile deal, this is the kind of tagging or the badge which you get on the front end for the consumer, and it will show the kind of offers which they are getting. The second option is the country rate. As per our platform, 61% of the searches on Booking.com are for international travel. This is up by 18% from last year. So the properties can tap into this increase in demand and secure revenue by offering a targeted discount to international travelers who tend to book early and they cancel less. So how do they work? You can start the country rate at a minimum discount of even 5% by choosing the countries of your choice. This is applied to all the properties of rooms and rate plans, and it combines with discounts like the Genius discount if your property is on Genius. Important point here, let's assume the country discount is activated and so is the mobile deal. So the country deal and the mobile deal do not stack or combine with each other. They will only stack with the Genius deal if you have it. Similarly to the mobile, you have 30 days blackout every calendar year. So on these dates which you black out, the discount will not be applicable. You have an option to even choose domestic, which is India, and also international. Apart from international, let's say you don't want to offer it for all the countries, but only a handful of countries, maybe UK, Europe, North America, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, etc. So you can even choose the countries there. So again, how countries are benefiting the properties? You get more international travelers, you tend to increase the bookings, and you boost the visibility of your property if you activate this. The next one is late escape deal. So you must have noticed on the promotion tab that there's a late escape deal which will be starting on 1st October, going on till about 3rd of Jan. So basically, this will be useful for the last quarter of this year to grow your year end of bookings. 11% of which usually come on late escape deals. So the promotion runs till end of 2023 and helps you make the most of the demand end of the year as consumers continue to book travel. As a partner, you will stand out with marketing exposure and property by merchandising. Again, you get a badge in case you opt for this on the front end. And the partners can easily set up this deal and customize the rest in a few quick steps. So again, you can have options of blackout. You can even choose multiple blackout dates here. In case you have multiple rate plans, like for example, without breakfast, with breakfast, 2 meals, you can choose all those options there with the latest escape deal. This is how it looks on the front end. We'll have a separate landing page for the latest escape deal. 15% is basically for the European partners. For Asia Pacific, the minimum discount percentage is 20%. Again, a very important note here. In case you have mobile and country deal activated, let's say at 10% each, then the late escape 20% and the country deal or mobile deal will not mix. Only one promotion will be visible, whatever is highest. On the front end, this is the kind of late escape deal tag which is visible on the front end. How to reach us? So in case you have any issues related to a customer, in case you want to understand how the voucher is, how the costing is, etc., you want to urgently reach someone, then this is the number we would recommend for you to contact. You can take a photo of this if you want to. There is no prefix suffix needed for this, like for example, a +91, etc. Nothing should be added. Just type the number as is, as you are seeing on your screen right now. Keep the voucher ready with the confirmation number, and our teams would be more than happy to help you 24/7, 365 days. In case the customer has any queries, which you are unable to help them with, and they want to speak only to Booking.com, then this is the number which you can share with them. It is almost similar as the number which we have given you here. So instead of 65, they have to only dial 75 here. Again, they have to just keep their voucher ready. My teams will just ask them a few questions to verify it's actually the customer who's on the other line, and they will be able to help them. And whatever communication they have had with the guest, my team will be contacting you, the partner, and briefing you what has been the points discussed. Any other points related to the extranet, any changes which you want done, then these are some of the two numbers which we would recommend that you can contact for 24/7 assistance. Now we have a Hindi line as well, which you can note down, and we have an English line as well. So both of them are available 24/7, 365, and you can dial them whenever you want to get more assistance. I'll just give you 5 seconds, guys, so that you can probably take a picture or you can note down the numbers here. Moving on, as we move to towards the last slides, we also have a partner hub center. As you can see, partner.booking.com. You can even click on or go on this on your URL. And as you can see, this will have a lot of tutorials, articles, videos related to whatever we discussed right now, as is in a very simple language for the partners to understand. So there is no login needed. You can just go on the partner.booking.com help page and you can type in whatever queries you have in the search option here. And you will get the articles and some of even having some of the videos which you can go through. You will find answers to FAQs and which are available 24/7.